Only a few countries have the most powerful military forces and the most dangerous military equipment ever seen, but China demands attention. China is aggressively showing off its advanced and dangerous equipment, which, evidently, we think should be amongst the best in the world. With the arsenals and military might they have ceaselessly displayed, China could be unstoppable or unbreakable. Could China be the next world power? The invention of outstanding and distinctive military equipment, from regular guns and knives used before to massive killing machines more like the anti-ship missiles, should call for concern for other countries slacking off and slumbering. Be advised not to miss out on this mind-blowing episode we have got prepared for you today. Number 1. The electromagnetic railgun. The electromagnetic railgun was thought to have been mentioned on social media last year. The photo content was of an old tank landing ship carrying a railgun prototype as of the previous year, and sources have it that the Chinese media made it known to the public that the Chinese warships would soon be armored and provided with what is necessary or appropriate with naval railguns competent enough to hit a target at a great distance. According to China's Global Times, which cited state broadcaster China Central Television, Chinese warships will soon be armored and equipped with world-leading electromagnetic railguns. The Chinese media made it known that China's naval electromagnetic weapons and equipment have exceeded or vanquished other countries currently and have also become a world leader. The railgun is a linear motor device that is designed specifically as a weapon using electromagnetic force to launch what we call high-velocity projectiles. This projectile does not contain explosives as expected, but rather it depends on the projectile's top speed, mass, and kinetic energy to cause deformation or distortion. Most of you might be asking, how far can an electromagnetic railgun shoot? The railgun uses magnetic fields as a result of high electrical currents to speed up a projectile to Mach 6, which is efficient enough to aim and strike a target 124 miles away at speeds of close to 1.6 miles per second. The velocity is capable and efficient to give the EMRG an efficacious and potent range of 110 nautical miles, or maybe 126 miles on land. Number 2. China's version of the mother of all bombs, the Massive Ordnance Air Blast, or MOAB. The weapon is China's biggest non-nuclear bomb. A major Chinese defense industry corporation, China North Industries Group Corporation Limited, according to Chinese media, invented a massive and dangerous conventional weapon for Chinese bombers, which is the Chinese version of the mother of all bombs, i.e. the US military's GBU-43B, the Massive Ordnance Air Blast weapon. However, there are quite a few obvious differences in China's version of the bomb. The Chinese weapon is smaller and lighter than that of the American version. In 2017, the United States dropped a 21,600-pound bomb on Islamic State targets in Afghanistan. The weapon was most likely carried by the Chinese Xi'an H-6K bombers, and on the other hand, the American version is very large and has to be carried by a C-130. The bomb is approximately about 5 to 6 meters long. Number 3. The carrier killer missiles, i.e. the DF-26 ballistic missile. This weapon is not a new weapon, but was released just recently by China for the first time. The weapon was seen in a video clip, according to a report, which said it was capable of carrying a conventional and nuclear warhead for strikes or attacks against land or sea targets. As we all know, the DF-26 is commonly known by the name carrier killer. The video released showed some specific features with the thought or idea that the missile is a capable anti-ship weapon with the quality or ability to take out a US aircraft carrier. However, these missiles are also known as Guam killer missiles due to the fact that they have the range to hit US military installations in the Pacific. Well, China released the video of the DF-26 ballistic missile to send a message to the US. Well, this should trigger something in you, right? The DF-26 ballistic missile is an intermediate-range ballistic missile. It has a range of about 4,000 kilometers. The missile measures 14 meters long, 1.4 meters in diameter, with a launch weight of about 20,000 kilograms. The DF-26 employs a modular design, creating an avenue for the operations to rapidly switch between nuclear and conventional payloads in the field. We guess China isn't giving up and, by chance, is calling out the US and other nations not to get on their bad side. Otherwise, who could save them from China's wrath? Number 4. The corner shot pistol, i.e. HD-66. The The super soldiers are armed with guns that shoot corners, known as the HD-66 or the corner shot pistol. What could China have in mind when designing and inventing such a weapon? The Chinese state media reported in the previous months that the Chinese military was equipping and mobilizing its special forces with what we know as sci-fi weapons, i.e., special individual combat weapons like grenade-launching assault rifles, corner-shot pistols, and knife guns. A Beijing military expert on Global Times made it known to the public that China was training and developing extraordinary super soldiers who would be capable of taking out at least 10 combatant soldiers at one time. The report by CCTV clearly stated that the Chinese military is set to undergo a monolithic or solid redevelopment or modernization aimed at creating a world-class fighting force. The HD-66 is a 9mm pistol that enables the operator to aim and strike a target in the corner without being exposed. The weapon includes a QSZ-92 9mm pistol, a fire module, a double safety part, a video processing module, an ocular displaying module, a CCD module, an illuminating module, a weapon correction system, and lastly, radio signal transmitting. The HD-66 shooting shot range is claimed to be accurate and effective to about 100 meters with the 9x19mm, 40 S&W, and 45 ACP pistols. Can this be true? Number 5. The stealth drone. Another of China's most dangerous weapons is the stealth drone, known as Skyhawk. But the most important and delicate question is whether China's current goal is to outperform all other nations. Speaking of the drone, Skyhawk made an appearance at Airshow China in Zhuhai in 2018. The drone was shown taking off and landing at a covert emplacement or positioning. According to experts, the drone could be launched from China's future aircraft carriers. Chinese military experts said the US keeps an edge in such areas, having improved the X-47B carrier-based drone. But presently, China and Russia are both advancing and in a hurry to develop stealth drones for future missions. The Skyhawk communicates and collaborates with manned aircraft during surveillance and combat operations. It is fast, long range, and high altitude, and physically, it looks more like the US B-2 stealth bomber, but it is a smaller version of it. The Skyhawk could indeed become China's terror of the skies. Number 6. Underground bunkers and intercontinental ballistic missile, or DF-5B. Speaking on China's most dangerous military equipment, would be complete if the underground bunkers and intercontinental ballistic missile strike known as the DF-5B weren't mentioned. According to previous Global Time reports, the Chinese military was said to be conducting a mock intercontinental ballistic missile, or ICMB, strike training at subsurface munitions or bunkers. The nuclear strike training was aimed and targeted towards artificial and imminent rivals or enemies, designed purposely to develop and hastily improve China's attack system or counterattack military capability and strength in preparation for war or attack by enemies. However, the Chinese media gave out detailed information on the strategic subsurface, saying it was staged by the Chinese military and it is known as China's underground Great Wall, which was named by the Chinese man who designed it, Qianshu. The subsurface was about communicating China's encoded and modernizing nuclear disincentives or discouragement. It's generally about informing the Americans and other rival nations that China has a convincing and presumptive counterattack capability, and is obstinate and ambitious towards making use of it by any chance it comes under nuclear attack. The DF-5B has an effective range of about 12,000 kilometers and delivers a payload of about 3,900 kilograms. The payload is equipped and loaded with a 1-3 MT yield nuclear warhead. The DF-26 may also take in chaff, decoys, and other infiltration or penetration aids. The DF-5B inertial direction control system provides it with greater exactness and accuracy than the 300-meter CEP. It measures about 32.6 meters in length and 3.35 meters in diameter, with a launch weight of about 183,000 kilograms, silo-based liquid propellant ballistic missile. It can carry MIRV'd warheads. The DF-5B is identical to the DF-5A, but with minor changes and advancements. With the availability and effectiveness of most weapons and military equipment mentioned, do you think China has the power to be a world leader? Could all these dangerous weapons and showcases to the public prove to them they are fearless and ready for any strike at any time? Drop your comments and let us know what you think in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.